Hello and welcome once again to my poetry channel. In the past, I've a few times recorded some passages from Chaucer in Middle English. I thought now I might try a different, very revered and famous Middle English author, the author of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight and Pearl. So I'm going to read an extract from Sir Gawain and the Green Knight in Middle English. This is the description of Sir Gawain getting himself ready to set out on his journey to find the Green Knight and fulfill the promise that he made to him. Hey, dowless there, all that die in dresses on the morn, ask as early his armies, and all were they brought. First, a truly tappet teat over the flet, and much was the gilt gear that glent their loft. The stiff mon stuckers thereon, and the stale hondeles, dubbed in a doublet of a dare a tarse. And Sithen, a crafty Cappadoce, closed aloft, that with a bricht Blorna was bunden within. Than sat they the Sabbatoons upon the Segefortes, his leges lapid in stale with lovely graves. With pollines pished thereto palsied full clane, about his knees knagged with knottes of gold. Quem quesues then that quaintly closed, his thick throwen thighs with thwonges touched, and Sithen the bride and brunny of bricht starings, unbewaved that way upon bronc stuff, and well burned brass upon both armes, with good counters and guy and gloves of plate, and all the goodly gear that him gan shoulder that teed, with rich coat armure, his gold spurs spend with pride, girder with a bronde full sure, with silk signed to umbra his side. When he was hasped in armes, his harness was rich, the less lachet oath the loop lemmed of gold. So harnessed as he was, he herkness his mass offered, and honoured at the Hioter. Sithen he comes to the king and to his court affairs, laches lovely his lave at lordes and ladies, and them and they ham kissed, and conveyed bekende him to Christ. Be that was Gringoleth Graith, and good with a saddle, that glamed full gaily with money gold fringes. I where nigh led full new, for that note Richard, the bridle barred about with breet gold bunden, the apparel of the piature and of the bold proud skirters, the crupure and the coverture accorded with their soons, and all was railed on red rich gold niles, that all glittered and glent as gleam of the sun. Then hentes he the helm, and hastily heat kisses, that were stapled stiffly and stuffed within. It was he on his head, hasped behind, with a little urison over the avantile, embroiden and bunden with the best gemmes, on broad a silken bod and brides on sames, as papjays painted, pervying between tortures and true-floofs, entiled so thick as money burnt thereabout had been 7 winters in tune. The sackle was more of priest that beklipt his croon, of diamantes a device that both were bright and prune. Then They shewed him the shell that was of sheer gules, with the pentangle depint of pure gold hues. He brides hit it by the border caboot the halse castes, that beseemed the sega samely fair, and we the pentangle appendes to that prince noble, I am intent yow to tell her, for tarry hit me shoulder. It is a scene that Solomon set some while, in betokening of troth, the title that het habers. For it is a figure that holdes fever pointers, and uch lean belapes and luces in other. And I were it is endless, and English hit Colin over all as he hear the endless knot. Forth he hit a codness to this knicht, and to his clare armes, for I faithful in five, under Sir five seathers. Gawain was for good knowen, and as gold pured, voided of which villainy with virtues ennurned in moat. Forth he the pentangle knew he bare in sheld and court, as tulk of Tarla most true, and gentilest knicht of Lord. First, he was funden faultless in his five wittes, and eft filed never the frake in his fever fingers, and all his affiance upon folder was in the fever woundes that Christ caught on the cross, as the creed tell us. And wheresoever this mon in melly was stad, he through thought was in that, through all other things, that all his falseness he fong at the five joys that the hand heaven queen had of her childer. At this cause the knicht comely had, in the inner half of his shoulder, here image depinted, that when he blushed thereto, his belder never pired. The fifth five that he find that the Fraker used was in franchise and fellowship for all thing. His clanners and his cuttersai crooked were never, and ply that passes all points. These pure five were harder happed on that hassle than on any other. Now all these five seethers for soth were fataled on this knicht, and one I hatched in other that none end had, and featured upon fever pointers that filed never, nay samned never in no seed, nay sundred nother, without an end at any nook he ochra find, wherever the gamma began, or glod to an end, therefore on his shane sheld a shapen was the knot, really with red gold upon red gules. That is the pure pentangle, with the people called with law. Now Graithed is Gawain gay, and lacht his lance richt thaw, and gaff him all good day, here went for evermore.